I spent 7 days trying to hack my vagus nerve with nothing but simple, natural techniques. And what happened was pretty wild. My ability to handle stress felt like it went through the roof, and my deep sleep measurably improved. But the most surprising change was what happened to my resting heart rate. To get these results, I had to do some interesting things. Like this, an ice-cold shower that felt like 1,000 tiny needles. And this, loud, obnoxious humming in my car that probably made other drivers think I'd completely lost it. For 1 week, I put my body through a gauntlet of 5 popular, all-natural vagus nerve stimulation techniques. I tracked everything I could, my sleep, my heart rate variability, my stress levels, to see if these simple, free hacks could actually move the needle on my health. In this video, I'm going to show you the exact 5 techniques I used, what the science actually says about them, the day-by-day results from my little experiment, and how it all compares to what doctors achieve with powerful, surgically implanted medical devices. This is the story of how I tried to take back control of my own nervous system. I hacked my vagus nerve. For 7 days, the results were shocking. Let's rewind. Before this experiment, I felt the way a lot of us feel, burnt out. I was chronically stressed, my sleep was a mess, and I was living in a state of being wired but tired. I'd collapse into bed, but my mind would just keep running. I'd wake up feeling like I hadn't slept at all. My focus was shot, and I was reacting to every little thing, a stressful email, a traffic jam, you name it. My body felt like it was permanently stuck in the on position. That's when I started obsessively researching the vagus nerve. The more I learned, the more I became convinced it held a key. So, what is it? The vagus nerve is the longest cranial nerve in your body. Think of it as a massive information superhighway running from your brain down to your gut, with off-ramps to your heart, lungs, and pretty much all of your major organs. It's the main commander of your parasympathetic nervous system, famously known as the rest and digest system. If your fight or flight stress response is the gas pedal, the vagus nerve is the brake. It's what tells your body it's safe, helps slow your heart rate, aids digestion, and can reduce inflammation. The tone of your vagus nerve, a bit like muscle tone, is a measure of how well it's working. High vagal tone means your body can relax faster after stress. It's linked to better mood and lower anxiety. Low vagal tone, on the other hand, is associated with issues like inflammation, depression, and a state of chronic stress. My before state was a textbook example of low vagal tone. I saw 2 paths. The first was the medical route. For serious conditions like treatment-resistant epilepsy and depression, doctors can surgically implant a device, like a pacemaker, that sends electrical pulses directly into the vagus nerve in the neck. But I wasn't a candidate for that, and honestly, the idea of surgery was terrifying. The second path was the one I chose, a do-it-yourself natural approach. The internet is filled with claims about simple techniques that can supposedly tone your vagus nerve. I was skeptical, but also desperate, so I decided to become a human guinea pig. The plan was simple, if a little strange. For 7 straight days, I would practice 5 specific techniques believed to influence the vagus nerve. No excuses. Here are the 5 daily protocols. 1. Deep, slow breathing. 5 minutes of dedicated box breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and hold for 4. Slowing your breath is one of the most direct ways to signal to your body that it's time to calm down. 1. Loud humming or singing. 5 minutes of this. The vagus nerve is connected to your vocal cords. The vibrations from humming are thought to create a feedback loop that gently influences the nerve. Yes, it feels ridiculous, but some science suggests it could work. 1. Vigorous gargling. 30 seconds of gargling with water. Similar to humming, this activates muscles in the back of the throat that are part of the vagus nerve pathway. 1. Cold exposure. Ending my morning shower with 2 full minutes of the coldest water I could stand. The shock of the cold is known to kick off a primitive reflex that activates the vagus nerve to slow the heart rate and conserve oxygen. This was the one I dreaded most. 1. Meditation. 10 minutes of mindfulness meditation using a guided app. This practice is well known to increase parasympathetic, rest and digest activity, and improve vagal tone over time. To track my progress, I use 2 things. First, my wearable, to get objective data on my resting heart rate variability, HRV, and sleep quality. HRV measures the variation in time between each heartbeat, and is considered one of the better indicators of your body's resilience to stress. Generally, a higher HRV is better. Second, I kept a daily journal to track how I was feeling, my mood, energy, and perceived stress. With the rules set and my tools ready, day 1 began. The first 2 days were, to put it mildly, brutal and awkward. The experiment kicked off with the cold shower. The moment that icy water hit my chest, my entire body seized up. It was a pure, primal shock. I was gasping for air, my heart was pounding, and every instinct screamed at me to get out. Those were the longest 2 minutes of my life. It wasn't invigorating, it was just plain awful. Then came the humming. I did it in my car on my commute to spare my family the noise. I'd put on a song and just hum the melody as loud as I could. I felt completely self-conscious, like I was performing some bizarre ritual at a stoplight. The gargling was just weird. It felt less therapeutic and more like I was prepping for a throat-singing competition I had no intention of winning. By the end of day 2, I felt no different. My sleep data was the same. My HRV was flat. If anything, I just felt more stressed anticipating the next morning's cold shower. My journal from that night simply reads, "Why am I doing this? This is dumb. I just feel cold and silly." But then, around day 3, something shifted. It wasn't a lightning bolt, just a whisper. The cold shower was still horrible, but for the first time, the feeling after was different. Instead of just shivering, I felt a strange sense of clarity and energy. It was fleeting, but it was there. That night, I fell asleep a little faster. My wearable showed my sleep latency, the time it took to fall asleep, was down by 10 minutes. My HRV had ticked up by a couple of points. It was barely a blip, but it was enough. Okay, I wrote in my journal. Maybe not completely dumb. Days 4 and 5 were the turning point. The habit started to feel less like a chore and more like a routine. The cold shower was still a shock, but the gasp reflex was less intense. I learned to control my breathing through it, which made a huge difference. I started to look forward to the strange, calm alertness it gave me afterward. The humming in the car became my own private concert. I actually started to enjoy it, feeling the vibrations in my chest and throat. It felt genuinely calming. The data started to get more interesting. My HRV was now consistently a few points higher than my baseline. My resting heart rate, which usually sat around 58, was now dipping to 56 during the day. The most significant change was in my sleep. I was getting more deep sleep, the physically restorative stage of sleep. It wasn't a huge jump yet, but it was a clear upward trend. I felt it during the day. The mid-afternoon slump that usually had me reaching for coffee was gone. I felt more stable. The final 2 days, 6 and 7, were when the results became undeniable. The cold shower was no longer something to be feared. I began to crave the jolt. On day 7, I stood under the freezing water for the full 2 minutes, breathing slowly and deliberately, and when I stepped out, I felt absolutely invincible. The world seemed brighter, quieter. My mind was sharp. I felt a profound sense of calm that I hadn't experienced in years. A situation at work that would have normally sent my anxiety spiraling was met with a measured, calm response. I could feel my body reacting differently to stress. I wasn't just surviving the day, I was engaging with it. The data from my wearable on the morning after day 7 was the proof I was looking for. It was pretty shocking. Quick pit stop while I show you exactly what I used to keep this 7-day experiment consistent. I put my favorite vagal tone helpers into a free bundle called the Natural Life Starter Kit. Inside you'll get herbal allies to support your physical and emotional well-being, 7-day affirmation calendar, daily affirmations to gently shift your mindset, 7-day critical thinking and awareness journal, 7-day thought detox, 7-day clarity and curiosity journal, 7-day detox and nourishment plan. It's 100% free. Grab it via the top link in the description or the pinned comment. If this video is helpful, the kit will make it actionable. After 7 days of gargling, humming, breathing, meditating, and freezing, it was time to compare the before and after. The subjective results were powerful enough on their own. I felt like a different person. My baseline anxiety had faded, replaced by a quiet confidence. I was sleeping better and waking up feeling genuinely refreshed. But the objective data is what truly blew me away. Let's break it down. First, my heart rate variability, HRV. My baseline HRV before the experiment hovered in the low 40s, which can indicate that the body is under stress. After 7 days, my average HRV had climbed into the low 50s. On the final day, it peaked at 56. For my body, this was a huge leap, suggesting my nervous system had become more resilient and adaptable. Second, my resting heart rate, RHR. My average RHR before the experiment was 59 beats per minute. By the end of the week, my average had dropped to 56 beats per minute. A 3-point drop is a significant indicator of improved cardiovascular efficiency and a calmer nervous system. And finally, the most dramatic result, my sleep. My biggest struggle was deep sleep, the stage where your body physically repairs itself. Before the experiment, I was averaging about 48 minutes of deep sleep per night. During the experiment, that number steadily climbed. On the final night, I got 1 hour and 9 minutes of deep sleep, a nearly 44% increase for that night. My total sleep time also improved, but the sheer quality of my rest had fundamentally changed. I wasn't just getting more sleep, I was getting better sleep. The evidence seemed clear. These 5 simple free techniques had tangibly and measurably influenced my nervous system for the better. So, how did this happen? It all comes back to that superhighway, the vagus nerve. Each of the 5 techniques I used was a different on-ramp to influencing that nerve and activating my body's brake pedal. The deep breathing directly signaled my vagus nerve to slow things down. The humming and gargling created vibrations that are thought to physically stimulate the nerve pathway where it passes through the throat. And the cold shower was the sledgehammer, triggering an ancient survival mechanism that instantly activates the vagus nerve to slow the heart rate and redirect blood to vital organs. It's a powerful, systemic reset. Now for the critical question, how do my results from humming and cold showers compare to what doctors achieve with medical devices? This is where it gets fascinating, and we need to be really clear. Implantable vagus nerve stimulation, or VNS, is a serious medical intervention. Surgeons implant a pulse generator under the skin in the chest and run a wire up to the left vagus nerve in the neck. The device then sends programmed electrical impulses directly into the nerve. It's FDA approved for treatment-resistant epilepsy and depression, and its effects can be life-changing. For epilepsy, it can reduce seizure frequency significantly in many patients, but it comes with trade-offs. The surgery has risks, and patients can experience side effects like a hoarse voice, coughing, or throat discomfort every time the device fires. The battery also needs to be surgically replaced every few years. So while my personal wellness improvements felt life-altering to me, they are not the same as a device that can literally stop a seizure. The natural methods are like taking a gentle walk to improve your fitness, while the implanted device is like getting a bionic leg that lets you run again after a severe injury. One is for wellness optimization. The other is a powerful clinical therapy for serious conditions. There are also non-invasive devices that stimulate the nerve through the skin, which are approved for treating migraines and cluster headaches. These offer a middle ground with fewer risks than surgery, but their long-term effectiveness for other conditions is still being studied. What this experiment showed me is that for the average person looking to combat the effects of modern stress, many tools are already at our disposal. They are free, they are accessible, and while they don't have the targeted power of a medical device, their cumulative effect can be profound. This 7-day journey started as a skeptical experiment and ended as a fundamental shift in how I view my own health. The biggest lesson was this: you have far more agency over your nervous system than you might think. You don't have to be a passenger in a body that's constantly stuck in fight or flight. With intention and a little practice, and yes, a willingness to be uncomfortably cold, you can learn to apply the brake. You can guide your body back to a state of calm. So, what will I continue? The cold showers are, without a doubt, staying. The feeling of calm, focused energy they provide is just too good to give up. The deep breathing and a short daily meditation are now non-negotiable parts of my routine. The humming? I'll probably save that for when I'm alone in the car. And the gargling? Well, the jury's still out on that one. Ultimately, this experiment proved to me that we don't always need a high-tech gadget to solve a modern problem. Sometimes the most powerful hacks are the simple ancient ones built right into our own biology. But now I want to hear from you. Have you ever tried any of these techniques? What were your results? Or what is the one weird wellness hack that you were skeptical about, but that actually worked for you? Drop it in the comments below. I'm genuinely curious and I read every single one. If you want to try your own 7-day Vegas reset, download the Natural Life Starter Kit. It has the planner, trackers, and step-by-step cues I used. The link's right below and in the pinned comment. If you found this useful, tap subscribe and turn on the bell. I've got more data-driven self-experiments coming. And tell me in the comments, Which method changed your HRV the most? Breathing, cold, humming, or meditation? I read every reply. Next, watch the silent oxygen dip, wrecking your REM sleep to fix the breathing mistake that quietly wrecks recovery. Or go here for fall asleep faster tonight using this simple sound. It pairs perfectly with the vagal reset. And if stress spikes your heart rate, cue, are you making this one deadly breathing mistake that fuels anxiety? For a deep dive, thanks for watching, and see you later.